Alright guys, welcome back. It's been a while. AMD stock. So what I'm watching from here for this stock. So 134 from April lows. I think we haven't been talking about this one. But we have covered this name many times at those pivotal levels. So in February 28th, I was talking about possibility of the stock going to 80. A lot of people were trying to bottom ticket at 110, 120. And then as soon as it hit those levels, I was talking about possibility of accumulation both times. April 1st, April 10th, I was like, accumulation or is it going to go lower? Accumulation or is it going to go lower? And I was pretty much thinking that if 120 happens, that wouldn't be anything surprising to me. So here it is after pretty much 2-3 months of rally. This stock, well, apparently produced about like 90% return from April lows, but I was thinking that 125, thinking that 200-day moving average could have happened, which was 60% rally, and we have gone as far. Let's go as far as to the downtrend levels from essentially these times where you guys remember this high 227. This is when it downtrend essentially started, right? Where it was rallying 30, 40, 50% from the lows, where it kept making new lows. This rally was 40% right here. This was 30%. And then this one is almost 90%. So is it going to go higher? Is it still, has more gas in the tank to go? Let's take a look at that. So far, yeah, I'm trying to look up how much is it up year to date. 11% in 2025. So let's show you this chart. So this is a yearly chart of AMD, okay? So every candle represents 1 year of price action. Take a look at 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and this is 2025 right here. So in all those years, 5 years, last 5 years, this stock has never closed above 147.50. So this is your very pivotal level for the rest of the year. So if you're bullish, I would consider this as a breakout if AMD somehow trades above this level. But if I switch to lower time frames, which is weekly time frame, I'm sure a lot of people maybe were watching this trend as a downtrend, right? So we had a pretty big retracement from those highs. Again, this is a weekly chart, and now we broke out of this downtrend. Again, I'm drawing it on a weekly. I don't like to draw it like this. I like to rather watch 200-day moving average, which is essentially that's what it is. And now it's about to back test that level. Will it have a leg and essentially take out 147 possibly after earnings? But we'll take a look at probability of that happening. But this is something I'm looking for. So if it wants to pull back, support for me 123, this 200-day moving average, this red line. So if it pull backs a little bit more, chops around, essentially closes this option expiration from June option expiration to July option expiration, if it just kind of like wants to kill the premiums and pretty much close flat, it can definitely do that. And then they're going to report earnings after somewhere close to okay, so it's 5th of August, so there's still exactly 1 month left. So 50-day moving average way down here below, somewhere around like 116. So two levels, 147 resistance, 50, and 123, this is my support. So right here, right now, you can see this line on my chart represents 5-day moving average. 5-day moving average in a downtrend, so stock is in a downtrend. SMH is another, essentially this is the whole sector, semiconductor sector, that helped the S&P 500 to hit a new high, which a lot of people, I'm sure you have heard that this time S&P 500 made a new high with the least number of stocks, only like 22 stocks making new highs or something like that in S&P 500. And SMH was the big boost. Okay, so and also AMD itself doing a buybacks and stuff, so that helped a lot. So SMH near its 2024 highs. So will it break out? Will it run more? Well, earnings have to show us what's going on. Okay, so up until then, well, it can, after this so much of a rally, it can spend in a consolidation. I'm talking about the whole sector, and individual names like AMD possibly pull back and consolidate and pretty much crush the IV. So let's take a look at the implied volatility for AMD. I'm just curious where it is and if there's any room for it to crush. So implied volatility has gone up slowly from June expiration. $4 range, it went up as high as $5 something, so it can definitely come crash down, meaning options. Okay, I'm not saying that your stock has to come crushing down. I like to watch a stock from options traders perspective, and in that sense, I mean, if it closes flat from option expiration of June to option expiration of July, it would pretty much kill a lot of premium, and this would decay, meaning that the range would get tighter, and this could just chop around. And even if it downtrends, but it could be like a choppy downtrend, which may not let many people who are trading outside of the money, especially calls and puts, and pretty much lose money on those. So what else I want to show? Premiums. Let's take a look at premiums, and before that I want to show you this, where I'm pretty sure these again, this is just my guess, that these could have been a like profit takers, these orders on when the stock started pushing from 80 all the way to these levels, which could have been profit takers. And again, whether it's large or small, it's for you to decide. 500 million, 560 million order, and then 883 million order, $450 million order. So I think these are just people dumping into that liquidity, into that rally. Okay, so what else I wanted to show? I wanted to show you guys, let's take a look at the flow. What's going on with the option activity? I'm pretty sure it's being sold, bunch of calls and premiums. Let's take a look at net premiums. So I want to just take a look at last 7 days. Okay, so a stock pushed higher up until like this July 7th, where we had a little bit of a rally for the stock. Where is AMD? This is not AMD, sorry. Alright, so this is AMD now. This makes sense. Where you can see as stock price moving sideways, bunch of call sellers, call selling, put buying, and today, yeah, put selling and call selling. So yeah, premium selling. And again, I don't think that there's excitement in terms of like option activity, like option traders. Again, I'm not looking into individual orders, but I'm essentially saying that here, yeah, it might have some rest time and just pretty much chop around, just like last time you guys saw. From option expiration to option expiration, look what it did. It just pretty much moved sideways, and then just one day of an up move, and then it's just selling mode. Same thing, 2-3 days of a rally, and now it's just giving it back. So if it finishes right here, it's essentially would be flat OPEX to OPEX. And I watch it like this on my chart, OPEX to OPEX. You can see. So 2 OPEX, it rallied. Third one could be flat. We don't know, but I'm just in terms of like looking at the trend and pretty much looking at the implied volatility, average to range, I'm pretty much assuming that this would be IV crush, OPEX to OPEX. We are already halfway through, so, and it's also summer, so volume is, let's take a look at volume on a weekly, on a daily. Yeah, volume is declining too, you can see, which makes sense. I mean, it's just summer time after this huge rally that it had from 115 to 145 in a very short period of time. So yeah, I think if it consolidates, pull back, I think it's totally normal for AMD. But this is, again, not a buy or sell recommendation. I think it's going to chop. I think it's going to move sideways. And up until earnings, I think I'm pretty much neutral to stock. So that's my take for AMD. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.